everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through some personal lessons I've learned while being in the modeling industry. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So I thought for today we would change up the setting a little bit and go out and have a picnic together. I'm sitting down with you guys today to fill you in on some lessons that I have learned while being a model in this very cutthroat industry. The first lesson I have learned is to never take things personally. This industry is very cutthroat and very straight to the point. Sometimes you can run into quite rude people who will say it to you like it is, but in saying that, you have to understand that it is not based off who you are or what you stand for. It is based off what your measurements are, what your look is, and what you can provide them. So don't take things personally. It is just based off of work. It is like any other job. They are not trying to diminish your character or who you are. They are just looking for a certain type of model or a certain type of look to fit what they are going for. Another thing I've learned is you cannot fit someone else's standards or ideals of how they believe that you should look. Again, this is an industry that is highly based off your look and your measurement. Like we talked previously, you cannot take it personally, but you have to also understand that these designers or these companies are looking for a certain model to fit their ideals. And you cannot pressure yourself to fit someone else's standards, for the simple fact that, one, you won't be able to attain it if you do fit those standards, and at the end of the day, you will not be happy if you're doing something that you truly don't want to do. When someone asks you, oh, you have to, get taller or lose some weight to fit this certain casting or this certain shoot, you cannot do it for them, you have to do it for yourself. Another question I got is, how do you personally view yourself? This is a tricky question and a lesson that I've learned. I've learned to look at myself in stages. So how did I view myself, or how did I treat myself between the ages of 13 to 14 and then 14 to 15 and so on and so forth. But I try to, again, appreciate who I am at that time and understand that it is okay to mess up. It is okay not to get that show or not to get that casting because I don't fit what they're looking for, which is completely fine. But I learned that it doesn't affect my personal image on myself, it's just my job. But when it comes to my personal image, it has been very hard to keep up with the standards and the measurements and trying to maintain your physique while maintaining your mental health. It is a very tricky thing to navigate, but everyone goes on their own personal journey. You just have to find the right methods that fit your personal lifestyle. Another thing I've learned, and I'm still currently learning, is how to maintain your physique along with your mental health. This is a very hard thing to do, especially when you're in an industry that just focuses on your looks and your measurements. You have to find a stable balance between your physical and your mental health. This has something that is constantly evolving for me as I am constantly growing as a person. Hi, butterfly. But I find the best way to do this is to work out when I feel like it, work out doing something I love to do, which is dog walking, rollerblading, or I even love to do boxing or HIIT workouts, but I only do it when I feel like I need to do it. I'm not pressuring myself to fit this certain body type because I know if I do that, I will fail, and that would just make me come down on myself even harder. And for my mental health, I know when I need to take a break from this industry. I need to take a pause from social media or from videoing, something like that. You need to find that stable balance for yourself. Like, how many times do you need to work out a week that would make you happy? How many breaks do you need to take in a week or a month that would make you happy? Something that works for you personally. Another thing I have learned, which is going to sound super silly, but you need to learn how to say no and how to stand up for yourself. A lot of people may think like, oh, just say no. If you don't want to do something, say no. But when you're in this industry and they want you to conform to something, it is very difficult to say no. I found a really hard time with this when saying no to any castings. If they would ask me, hey, you need to grow taller or you need to lose weight or something like that, I'd be like, yes, absolutely, I can do that within 2 days, which is almost impossible to do in a healthy manner. But you need to learn to say no and to stand up for yourself. There are 1 million different ways to say no, but you need to get your point across at the end of the day. Another big lesson I've learned while being in this industry, and it's going to sound super cheesy to say, but you have to love yourself and be your biggest fan. By this, I mean You have to love yourself for who you are at that moment, no matter your size, your age, what you look like. This industry is so highly focused on your size, your beauty, your age, all of that stuff. So that can really take a hard toll on your mental health, your physical health, and overall how you view yourself. So you have to love yourself for who you are in that moment, and whatever size or whatever age you are, just because you need to be there for yourself at all times, especially when you're in something this heavy, focused on your looks and your size. You need to make sure you always have your best intentions in mind and say, you know what, that's okay if I don't fit that standard, or if I don't fit into that commercial or that casting, because I love myself for who I am at this moment. I don't need to conform to anyone else's standards. I am beautiful just as I am. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite piece of advice? And until the next video, see ya!